Greetings to all the viewers. Now the session is going to deal with the coumarin synthesis. Coumarin is the most important and preferential compound in the field of natural product chemistry and synthetic organic chemistry as well, and even in the field of medicinal chemistry, material chemistry, agrochemistry. So many kind of applications you can notice in addition to this coumarin. That's the reason why coumarin is the preferential compound. So that is the compound we are going to synthesize in various ways, right? So here, before this, we already conducted series of sessions based on these organic named reactions, and in addition to all these, natural product chemistry will be there, heterocyclic chemistry will be there, spectroscopic chemistry will be there, engineering chemistry will be there, intermediate chemistry, competitive examination like JEE, MCET examination entrance for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, and also for the kind of sessions like CSIR, NET and JRF, state eligibility for teaching. For all these kind of chemistry available at the channel called World of Competitive Chemistry. Sorry. If you are looking for academic excellence or else research perspective and competitive examination kind of things, all you can find over World of Competitive Chemistry, right? So this is the one coumarin synthesis we retrieved from the textbook called Textbook of Organic Named Reactions, which is authored by Dr. Kavita Kothireddy Kota, right? So let me introduce coumarin synthesis, how it can be synthesized within the laboratory. Though it is a naturally occurring compound, alternatively we developed some synthetic routes as well. So let me introduce coumarin synthesis within the laboratory, right? Pechmann synthesis, it is the most famous kind of reaction for coumarin synthesis in the laboratory. So whenever Pechmann condensation is taken into the consideration, phenols are supposed to be treated with beta keto esters, right? Beta keto ester is the kind of malic acid derivative, and you can go with the acidic conditions. Under acidified conditions, phenols are going to react with the beta keto ester, so that there will be a Pechmann condensation taking place. Ultimately, coumarin will be obtained as the final product. If you want to observe the 3D chemistry point of view, I am taking a phenol as a starting material, where you can notice alcoholic group over the benzene ring, and this is the kind of beta keto ester, right? So this is in specific you can designate as ethyl acetoacetate. Ethyl acetoacetate will be the name of the compound. It is the kind of active methylene. Under concentrated sulfuric acid condition, sulfuric acid is posed for the dehydration process and ring annihilation reaction as well. That's the reason why these two molecules are condensing each other with a cyclization process and giving rise to 4-methyl coumarin as the final product. This is the way Pechmann condensation is taking, starting with the phenol and beta keto ester. These two materials are going with the synchronized cyclization followed by condensation process, giving rise to coumarin as the final product, right? So in order to understand this reaction, let me give the proper orientation of the reactant, so that how could you achieve the final product. So in order to get that one, a proper orientation picturization is provided in this scheme. Phenol is taken in this direction, and here is the kind of ethyl acetoacetate. Whatever we had, the same compound for our condensation process, for our reaction purpose, I am taking the same way where the reaction is taking place. So this is the way the compound was taken. Two compounds are going to be condensed in the presence of AlCl3. AlCl3 is regarded as a Lewis acid for alkylation, acylation, like this. And here in the first condition, what we have to do, so whenever this is the case you are observing, this oxygen is going to attach at the carbonylic carbon atom. Whenever this is the case, you can find the bond between the oxygen to carbonylic carbon. The remaining functionality like ethyl ethoxide fragment will be departed as a ethanol. Ethanol will be departed over there, and if you want to go with the reaction at this ardo position with respect to phenol, so ardo position is going to react with this one. So here the methyl group is becoming like a substitution. So So that here the condensation taking place between the ortho position to this ketonic functionality. So you can notice the dehydration process over there, and subsequent aromatization is required after the dehydration process. Ultimately you are going to achieve this coumarin derivative. Coumarin analog compound will be originated. This is the way Pechmann condensation will be accorded by treating phenol with the beta ketoester. So these two are reacted under Lewis acid conditions. Ethanol and water is discarded as byproduct, and you can achieve 4-methyl coumarin as the final product. So same compound, the mechanism is provided for better understanding. So phenol, whenever treated with this kind of ethyl acetoacetate, AlCl3 taken as a catalyst, and nitrobenzene is the solvent media in order to dissolve the reactants over there. 100 to 130 degrees optimum temperature to be maintained for this condensation process. Whenever these are supposed to be treated, here oxygen lone pair is going to add at the carbonylic carbon atom, so that ethoxy group will be discarded. You can notice the ester linkage in between. So this oxygen binding with ketone, so that here the ester linkage will be noticed, and this part will be discarded. And remaining CH2 remains as such, and here we have a double bond CH3. The double bond CH3 whichever present, that oxygen is binding with AlCl3. AlCl3 is the catalyst over there. That AlCl3 is catalyst added upon the oxygen atom, so that oxonium cation will be originated. In order to satisfy this kind of condition, oxygen positive charge is not favorable. That's the reason why benzonoid nucleus, though it is aromatic in nature, that is participating in the ring cyclization reaction with this carbon atom. Ultimately, pi electrons are immediately shifted towards the oxygen. This is the polarization of the bond. Whenever this is the case obtained, so you can notice the binding between the carbon to carbon, so that cyclization taking place. After the cyclization process, these electrons participating in bonding between these two carbons, right? So that this carbon experiencing what charge? Positive. The positive charge whichever noticed on this bridged carbon atom is satisfied, and the retention of the aromaticity is possible by removing H plus from adjacent carbon atom. Whenever H plus removed, what happens? Bonded electrons are back migrated, and you can notice the benzonoid nucleus retention. So ultimately you notice the new carbon-carbon bond between the carbon atoms like this, and this is the kind of cyclic lactone will be originated. But cyclic lactone is not preferentially stable, rather there is a catalyst linked with this oxygen atom that is not enough stable, so that immediately the oxygen along with the bonded electrons are departed. So subsequently here the bonded electrons are moving toward the pi bond location in between these two carbon atoms, so that ultimately here the hydrogen will be removed as a proton. Whenever this is the case you are obtaining, so here that hydrogen departed will bind up with oxygen atom, and here the methyl you already had, and here the new establishment of the olefinic double bond. This is the way ultimately you achieved 4-methyl coumarin as a final product. And I am taking a substituted compound in order to get the analogues of this coumarin by means of Pechmann condensation. I am taking resorcinol as a starting material. So here phenol, if have substitution at different position, different naming will be allocated. If meta-dihydroxybenzene if taken, that is what commonly designated as a resorcinol. This is called a resorcinol. In specific I can say meta-hydroxyphenol. So and again the starting another reagent added over will be the ethyl acetoacetate. It is the active methylene compound, moreover beta ketoester, you can simply say. These two compounds are reacted in the same manner as we discussed in the mechanism part, and the dehydrating agent sulfuric acid is required, and the reaction will gives rise to the product even at the room temperature without any heating conditions, though it is the condensation process, but hydroxyl will facilitate this room temperature reaction completion. This is the way you can obtain 7-hydroxy 4-methyl coumarin as a final product. This is another advancement in the field of the Pechmann condensation. So this is in accordance with this green protocol point of view. You are performing the reaction even at the room temperature. So let me give the specific mechanism for this accomplishment of entire process of Pechmann condensation. I am treating phenol with ethyl acetoacetate as a starting material, so that oxygen containing lone pair of electrons are participating in the reaction with this carbonylic carbon atom, and here the part of ethoxy or methoxy to be discarded. Whenever this is the case, there will be a location of esterification. So they already mentioned, already ester is there. If existing ester replaced with any other new ester, that is designated as a trans-esterification. Ester, if replaced with any other new ester, formation is called trans-esterification. This is the way existing ester, here is the ester functionality you can observe. So this methoxy now replaced with this oxygen atom over there. So the oxygen to carbonylic carbon bond is located. This is called trans-esterification. And here is the new ester linkage generated, and oxygen whichever present on the another terminal is binding with this water molecule. So the protonation taking. Protonated one is positively charged. Positively charged bearing oxygen, positive charge is not favorable. Immediately pi bond is shifted toward the oxygen, so that carbon experiencing deficit. That electrophilicity of the carbon is satisfied by the pi electrons of the benzenoid ring, so that benzene is able to bind up with this carbon atom, carbonylic carbon, so that you can notice the 6-membered ring establishment. So in between the benzene and the lactone ring. This is the way anyway cyclization got accomplished. After getting cyclization, so pi electrons are moving, so that here carbon experiencing again electrophilicity. Immediately adjacent the bridgehead carbon atom losing proton in the presence of water, so that bonded electrons are back polarized and giving rise to retention of benzenoid, as we discussed in the earlier scheme. Later on, we are treating this lactone oxygen, carbonylic oxygen with this proton. So whenever this is the case obtained, so that here OH2 will be generated, and later on simply you are supposed to remove the water molecule in between. So this water to be removed, so that here the formation of this double bond and ketonic group will be retained, and wherever fourth position substitution is required, that fourth position substitution taken over there. This is the entire process of mechanism. First of all, electrophilic substitution taking place. Later on, trans-esterification is the case applied. Intramolecular cyclization taking place in between this carbonylic carbon and the benzenoid nucleus, and dehydration is the subsequent step you need to follow. Later on, coumarin will be the ultimate product in this Pechmann condensation process, right? Only the thing we need to remember for Pechmann condensation, the precursor will be phenol, reagent will be beta ketoester, dehydrating agent either sulfuric acid or phosphorus pentoxide to be applied, so that the final product could be 4-alkyl coumarin, that product formation taking place. But in case of this starting material, if you are taking this kind of starting material, there will be a possibility of chromin as well. Chromin is also generated in the same possibility, same reaction scheme, right? So this is the way coumarin synthesis by Pechmann condensation, that is the most prominent and famous reaction to successfully accomplish in the laboratory viable conditions. Now let me introduce the another named reaction pertaining to coumarin synthesis is a Perkin reaction. Perkin reaction is the kind of condensation process aromatic aldehyde to be taken as one of the starting material. So in specific, salicylaldehyde to be taken. The salicylaldehyde is treated with acid anhydride. Acidic anhydride to be added. In specific, acetic anhydride is the reagent added. So base like sodium acetate is the base added. In the presence of base, there will be a reaction between salicylaldehyde and acetic anhydride. Ultimately, there will be a origination of coumarin nucleus, right? So it produces alpha beta unsaturated cinnamic acid. Cinnamic acid whichever generated further go for the cyclization process, and ultimately coumarin will be the final product. In order to get that one, even I would like to introduce one topic over there, my research based on this salicylic acid based coumarin only, so that coumarin further explorated for various kind of ring establishment, ring hybrid compounds originated. I developed a coumarin directly linked with the thiazole, and further another heterocyclic rings also originated upon that. So this kind of research I gone through and I accorded with the PhD from the JNTU Hyderabad. So that is purely based on this coumarin research only, right? So because we are discussing about the topic, so that I would like to give my own experience with this coumarin synthesis, right? So it is the most important and laboratory viable way for the synthesis in the lab, so that exploration on the coumarin is much more, and the vast research findings you can notice based on the coumarin compound. So Perkin reaction we are discussing about salicylaldehyde taken as a starting material. I am treating with the acetic anhydride. Whenever acetic anhydride treated, what is the condition? Here the aldehyde, here the acetic anhydride going with the condensation process by the removal of water. Whenever water removed and subsequently acetic acid removed from the another part, so here you can notice the double bond between the two carbon atoms. So this is said to be cinnamic acid or coumaric acid. Cinnamic acid whichever generated further go with what kind of reaction? It will go for the dehydration process. Here the oxygen whichever present bind up with the carbonylic carbon, ultimately water will be discarded, that giving rise to coumarin. So here you can notice unsubstituted coumarin could be the product if the starting materials are salicylaldehyde and acetic anhydride. So this is also the successful way for the synthesis of coumarin via Perkin reaction. In order to go for the analogues of the coumarin by Perkin reaction, I am taking benzene fused with the saturated furan ring, dihydrofuran will be taken over there, and here ultimately hydroxyl group requirement is there. Whenever carbon monoxide HCl, copper chloride AlCl3 are supposed to be treated, Gattermann reaction taking place, so that here you are establishing aldehyde functionality although with respect to hydroxyl. So here aldehyde group whichever generated is the requisite condition for the condensation with this acetic anhydride in the base catalyzed conditions, and heating required, moreover it is the condensation process. Always leaving or breaking of bonds requires the higher temperature. That elevated temperature to be maintained either by the reflex conditions or water bath conditions, whatever. Acetic anhydride is supposed to be treated with this aldehyde, so condensation taking place and subsequently dehydration. So here you can notice the coumarin nucleus. Coumarin is originated. Still I want to improvise its aromaticity by removing the hydrogens from this heterocyclic ring as well. That's why palladium carbon also going to be treated. Palladium carbon are better known for removal of hydrogens. Whenever hydrogens removed, that is called oxidation process, right? So here palladium carbon so specific for the removal of hydrogens here from this site, so that here also aromaticity established. Entire compound is experiencing the aromaticity. This is the way Perkin reaction is advanced with respect to this fused ring system. Fused ring system is giving analog of the coumarin compound. So this is another route for the synthesis. In order to understand the reaction very well, we need to focus upon the mechanism for the Perkin reaction. For that purpose, acetic anhydride is the reagent added. Acetic anhydride, if treated with the strong base like sodium acetate like that. Whenever sodium acetate is added with this acetic anhydride, for example, what it could be do? So there is a formation, removal of hydrogen taking place, carbon will be originated, whichever carbon generated enolized by means of ketonic functionality, so that enol formation you can notice the carbon whichever generated responsible for Perkin condensation with this aromatic aldehyde having no alpha hydrogen atoms. So this carbon binding with this carbonylic carbon atom, you can notice the new establishment of the bond between this carbon and this carbon and these carbon atoms. Two carbons are experiencing the double bond nature. Single bond will be originated. Whenever this is the case, what is the next step? Where already oxygen negative charge is there, that is focusing upon the binding with the another carbonylic functionality which already generated, which is extended upon this alkyl chain, so that here you can notice the ring system, that is 6-membered one. 6-membered ring with the two oxygens at the somewhat near positions are highly repulsive in nature, that is not yet all favorable. Immediately it will go for the ring opening reaction by means of back polarization of electrons in order to establish the ketonic functionality. And here the electrons are moving toward this one. Here the double bond is originated. Here you can notice the negative charge. That is said to be acetate. Acetate form will be there, and here the ester form will be there. One is ester functionality and either is the acetate functionality, carboxylate. This carboxylate now, again one more molecule of acetic anhydride is required to be added. Whenever this is the case, an acetic anhydride is added over there, so that here simply it will go with the O acylation process. The entire remaining part, ester functionality, will be departed as acetic acid. And here you can notice O acylation. Upon the oxygen, another acyl group is originated. After getting this one, hydroxide is playing a role over there. Hydroxide is taking the hydrogen from this active methylene carbon atom. Whenever this hydrogen removed, here the negative charge is delocalized in this manner. So here the double bond origination, this entire ester part is again departed. Whenever this part is departed, here you can notice the double bond in between these two. So the oxygen containing part is totally removed, so that here no functionality noticed upon this carbon. It is totally olefinic carbon atom only. So here already we have a double bond and another oxygen, and here the ketonic functionality is there. Another acetate moiety is supposed to be added at this carbonylic carbon atom, so that here O minus it is becoming like, and whichever acetate added is another substitution over there. After getting that one, this intermediate, the negative charge is back polarized and the bonded electrons are moving toward the oxygen atom, so you can experience the alpha beta unsaturated carboxylate, simply protonated, giving rise to alpha beta unsaturated carboxylic acid. But this carboxylic acid is not the final product, rather you can go for, after getting that carboxylic acid, you have to go for the condensation further. So this hydroxyl and this carboxylic acid go for the esterification. Simply it is the esterification, right? Always carboxylic acid with OH go with the esterification reaction. So here you can experience coumarin finally. One more step is required for the coumarin development. So by this Perkin reaction, for the synthesis of coumarin completed, we can start with two starting materials. One is treated as a beta keto ester, one is taken as the acetic anhydride and another is taken as a salicylaldehyde. Salicylaldehyde, whenever treated with this acetic anhydride, ultimately you can achieve coumarin as the product. That is called the Perkin reaction. Now let me go with another named reaction called Neunagel condensation process. Neunagel condensation is treated with salicylaldehyde as one of the starting material. Malonic acid or else any ester compound will be taken. So mild conditions are sufficient for this. Either piperidine, pyridine, ammonium acetate kind of weak bases are required to be taken, followed by the cyclization, giving rise to coumarin as the final product. This is a Neunagel condensation I used for the synthesis of starting material. I started coumarin research, right? In that Neunagel condensation reaction I succeeded within the laboratory. So salicylaldehyde treated with this ethyl acetoacetate compound, ethanol piperidine treated. Refluxing for only 1 hour, I could achieve this coumarin as the final product. This is the reaction I could perform within the laboratory. In order to establish this coumarin nucleus, later I gone through the further extension of the research based on this coumarin nucleus. This is the chemical reaction pertaining with this salicylaldehyde and active methylene compound. Ethanol taken as a solvent media, piperidine is the mild base added, reflux conditions to be maintained. 1 hour sufficient in order to maintain the 50 degree centigrade water bath is sufficient. For that one, coumarin could be the ultimate product. So salicylaldehyde taken. So in order to get the analogues of this coumarin, analogues of the coumarin achieved by this salicylaldehyde treating with this active methylene compound. Again I am taking active methylene compound. Anyway, piperidine to be added. Piperidine is a mild base. Pyridine, if having saturation over there, called piperidine. So even solvent free conditions can be taken, that is called solid phase synthesis. At 100 degree centigrade you can achieve this alkylated, where third position alkylated coumarin as the final product. This is an analog of the coumarin which you can achieve simply by salicylaldehyde reacting with active methylene compound. Let me exploit the research based on this Neunagel condensation of salicylaldehyde giving rise to coumarin. I am taking resorcinol with the aldehyde functionality over ortho with respect to this phenol. You can treat this compound as a 2,4 dihydroxybenzaldehyde in specific. 2,4 dihydroxybenzaldehyde treated with the compound, again it is the kind of active methylene. Here the kind of malonic acid. This is called malonic acid. Piperidine. Here pyridine was taken. Pyridine, piperidine both are mild bases only. So this is the facilitating agent in order to proceed the reaction in the faster manner. So here the salicylaldehyde whichever we require. This is the part requirement for us, and wherever hydroxyl is there, that remains unreacted. That remains as a substitution only within the product as well. So the requirement will be the salicylaldehyde fragment. This part is most reactive towards Neunagel condensation, and here the active carbon atom is also the requisite condition for this one. Mild base facilitate the reaction. Ultimately you can achieve this. Coumarin is the final product. Wherever one of the carboxylic acid is there, that remains as a carboxylic acid side chain. Wherever hydroxyl functional group is there at the position number 7, that also unreacted. And the part like orthohydroxyaldehyde taken the cyclization process, and this carboxylic acid also taken part of this condensation. So this is the way ultimately analog of the coumarin you can achieve. In order to understand the reaction Neunagel condensation process mechanism is very essential to observe, so that we can understand what is the pathway in order to achieve the product, starting with this salicylaldehyde. In order to get that one, first of all we need to treat active methylene compound. This is said to be dimethyl malonate. Piperidine is added. Piperidine is the base. What base will do? Base always having strong affinity to bind up with the proton, so that hydrogen will be removed as a HO positive. Whenever HO positive removed, there is the origination of carbene ion. So being it is the active methylene carbon atom, both the carbonyls are used to pull the electron density towards them, so that this carbon having less electron density, so immediately loses H plus and carbene will be originated. More acidic in nature, this position. The generated carbene ion having nucleophilicity and bind up with this aldehyde functionality, carbon atom, carbonylic carbon will be added with the carbene. So you can establish a new carbon-carbon linkage between active methylene and carbonylic carbon. So here you can notice, after getting this bond, immediately I am going to remove the water molecule from this molecule. Whenever water removed, you can observe a double bond. Double bond will be established. After getting the double bond, need for the cyclization. Oxygen containing lone pair will cyclize with the ketonic carbon atom. Ultimately methoxy will be departed, and here is the bonding between these two, so that you can achieve the 6-membered ring system. Wherever ester functionality at the position number 3 remains as such. This is the way coumarin nucleus will be originated by means of Neunagel condensation process. Only the simple thing need to be remembered will be, one is salicylaldehyde, another is a kind of active methylene compound, both to be condensed. By that Neunagel condensation finished, let me synthesize the coumarin in the laboratory by Claisen rearrangement reaction. Claisen rearrangement reaction is also the possibility for coumarin synthesis. In order to get this one, trifluoroacetic acid to be treated, homogeneous promoter in the Claisen rearrangement process, 3,4 substituted coumarin will be generated. 3rd, 4th position got alkylated in this schematic representation. Trifluoroacetic acid is a promoter for this reaction, and the starting material could be phenol to be treated with the kind of compound. Here is the kind of ester, here is the kind of ester, here is the kind of olefinic double bond. Purely unsaturated compound is supposed to be treated with this one. Sodium hydride is the kind of base. Trifluoroacetic acid is a promoter, and 30 to 40 degrees means around the room temperature. Slight elevation is required for the accomplishment of this Claisen rearrangement. Heating or basic conditions to be added in order to finish the reaction. So this is the way the reaction is proceeded. Claisen rearrangement always proceeded by the 3,3 sigma tropic rearrangement process. This is a concerted pericyclic reaction. Trifluoroacetic acid is the species which will drive the reaction, right? So in order to understand this reaction, first of all, phenol to be treated with this one. Whenever the reaction taking place between these two, what happens, there will be a kind of bonding between the oxygen and ester functionality. So whenever this binding taking place, ester acetate group will be removed and you can achieve a kind of ketonic functionality. Later on, that will go for the 3,3 sigmatropic rearrangement and followed by cyclization, giving rise to this kind of phenolene coumarin as the final product. This is regarding the rhizome rearrangement process, starting with phenol as a precursor. If you observe, most of the coumarin starting materials will be either phenol or salicylic acid only, or else a resorcinol. But hydroxyl group on the benzene ring is the mandatory condition for the synthesis of coumarin nucleus. Again, here you can notice the salicylaldehyde could be the starting material for Baylis-Hillman technique. Baylis-Hillman technique is another named reaction pertaining with the coumarin synthesis. In Baylis-Hillman technique, used in the synthesis of substituted coumarins, hydroxybenzaldehyde can be taken. This is simply called as a salicylaldehyde. And here the reactant, another reactant will be methyl acrylate. This is called methyl acrylate. If you are taking R2 as a methyl, so methyl acrylate is the another starting material to be treated. DAPCO is a reagent added over there, and trichloroacetic acid called chloroform treated as a solvent. Even at the room temperature, the reaction taking place. How the reaction taking place? If you want to observe, here is the carbonylic carbonatum. Here is the carbon. This carbon taking part of the reaction with this one. So here, this carbon, if reacted with this one, what happens? Among this carbon to this carbon atom, there will be a new establishment of the bond. After getting this chain extension, oxygen taking part the reaction with the ester, carbonylic carbonatum. Whenever this is the reaction taking place, simply you can achieve this compound, final compound in one of the pathway. So here already we have oxygen, that oxygen remains. Here is the carbonylic carbon, here is the carbonyl. This methoxy anyway departed, being we are finding a new bond, so that methoxy will be discarded. And here olefinic bond remains. Hydroxyl, there hydroxyl remains. This is one of the pathway. If another possibility, if you want to observe the another possibility, instead of coumarin, if you want to go with another reaction media, the oxygen electrons, you may go with the reaction with the olefinic carbonatum as well. Instead of carbonylic carbon, olefinic carbonatum also find the bonding between these two. Again, there will be establishment of the 6-membered ring with the side chain of ester, but a skeleton of the coumarin is missing. Rather, you notice the kind of benzofused pyran instead of the benzofused lactone. Benzofused lactone is only designated as the coumarin, but benzofused pyran ring may not be designated as the coumarin. It is not the coumarin nucleus, rather it is the benzopyran ring. So both the possibilities are there. The mixture of products you can establish by means of Baylis-Hillman technique, right? And even another named reaction like Wittig olefination also used to generate coumarin as the one as the starting material, as the final product by means of Wittig olefination reaction. In order to synthesize the coumarin nucleus by means of this Wittig olefination, let me start with again salicylaldehyde starting material. Salicylaldehyde taken as a starting material. Sodium methoxide is a strong base added over there. Xylene is taken as a solvent medium. 60 degrees temperature to be maintained. If you are treating xylene is the kind of material used as a solvent only. Here the ylide to be taken. Ylide is nothing but aldehyde which containing carbon double bond ppH3. This part, whichever added over there, this part is called ylide part. This ylide part, what it will do? In the presence of sodium methoxide, there will be origination of O- only. Xylene simply solvent used to dissolve the reactant but not reacting with anyone. 60 degrees temperature to be maintained in order to facilitate the reaction. So whenever oxide will be generated, that treated with the ylide. Ylide is nothing but C double bond H will be there, carbon double bond ppH3 will be there. This ylide whenever treated upon, the reaction taking place between, and you can notice the esterification. After getting this ester, this is taken in the square bracket, which indicated as a this is the intermediate compound between this salicylaldehyde to the coumarin by means of this Wittig-olefination process. The phosphidylide is the most important starting material for the Wittig-olefination reaction. Most of the people are aware about this one, Wittig-olefination reaction, so that we can establish the alkenes starting with this triphenyl phosphine materials. So after getting this one, what you have to do? This is the actual step of Wittig-olefination process. Here is the ketone, here is the double bond PPH3. Wherever ketone and double bond PPH3 terminals are present, these two are taking the reaction in between. Ultimately, oxygen, this is taking between the four-membered cyclic transition state that will be picturized if you are most familiar with the photochemistry. If you are more familiar with this named reactions, organic named reaction. Anyway, Wittig-olefination we will discuss in the alphabetical manner W as a W. So at that series, so we within coming days you are going to understand what is Wittig-olefination. Simply let me give the idea about that Wittig-olefination reaction. Here is the ketonic functionality, here is the double bond PPH3 functionality. Both are participating in the four-membered cyclic transition state. Later on, oxygen go towards this PPH3 and ultimate new carbon-carbon double bond will be allocated in between these two. And you can notice the six-membered ring in between, and there will be phosphine is discarded as a byproduct. This is the actual Wittig-olefination reaction. Here the new establishment of olefin bond you noticed. Started with this again salicylaldehyde. This is a part of again named reaction called Wittig-olefination reaction. Salicylaldehyde treated with strong base and xylene solvent like organic solvent. Halide to be added, so that halide added upon the phenolic oxygen ester group originated. This ketone to this double bond PPH3 are binding together. Coumarin generated as a final product. And the next named reaction pertaining with coumarin. One point I would like to stress over this coumarin research, coumarin based research. In case of this coumarin, you noticed so many named reactions. That indicates that most of the scientists focused upon this coumarin synthesis within the laboratory, being it is the privileged compound for exploration in the research in the field of organic chemistry research. That's the reason why most of the named reactions you noticed for the synthesis of coumarin, so many scientists we are discussing in a step-by-step manner. So many scientists gone through this one. That's the reason why coumarin synthesis is the most important, and the topic what we are discussing is also the kind of important. Huben-Hooch synthesis is also possible. Huben-Hooch synthesis started with this phenol as one of the starting material, and it is regarded as an active methylene compound only. So whenever these two compounds are supposed to be treated, what happens? So here oxygen, whichever containing lone pair of electrons, are taking part with this carbonylic carbon atom reaction, so that ring cyclization taking place. Later on, so that here oxygen to carbonylic carbon reaction taking place. Later on, the reaction taking place between the carbon atom and this benzene ring, so that you can notice the six-membered ring possibility over there. This is the way finally we achieved the coumarin as the final product by means of Huben-Hooch synthesis. This is the Huben-Hooch synthesis for the condensation process, and ketonitriles are taken. This is called ketonitrile, and another starting material will be the phenol. Ultimately, you can achieve coumarin as the final product. In order to achieve this one, I am treating the lone pair of electrons and the oxygen combining with the carbonylic carbon atom only. Whenever this is the case taking place, and ultimately another carbon taking part of this ring cyclization, you can notice unsubstituted coumarin as the final product. Koschenecki-Robinson annulation is another reaction. Let me repeat once again. Koschenecki-Robinson annulation process taking place between this again salicylaldehyde is the case. You can notice this is called salicylaldehyde only, and this is called water anhydride. This is the anhydride material. So here coumarin derivatives are generated by Koschenecki-Robinson coupling reaction. So for that purpose we need to take aryl ketone with the hydroxyl functionality over there. So this is said to be salicylaldehyde derivative only. And anhydride is the another condition, as we already discussed. This is called anhydride. When these two are supposed to be reacted in the presence of sodium sodium carboxylate. Sodium carboxylate is the strong base added over there, solvent and temperature to be maintained with respect to this condensation process. Anyway, higher temperature is required for the condensation in general, so that reaction taking place between these two these two carbonylic compounds, so that ultimately dialkylated coumarin taken as a final product. So that this is called a Koshineke-Robinson coupling reaction between these two. One is a salicylaldehyde derivative, another is anhydride to be treated in the presence of sodium carboxylate, and here the coumarin formation is called Koshineke-Robinson coupling reaction. By this successfully we accomplished the entire series of sessions where the coumarin synthesized within the laboratory in different formats. Different scientists explored their unique ways for the manufacturing of coumarin in the laboratory. So coumarin synthesis is most imperative. So let me discuss the important point regarding the coumarin, applications of the coumarin. Medicinal and pharmaceutical uses are accomplished by coumarin compound. So anticoagulants will be there. Anticoagulant mean for they are avoiding the blood clots in the vessels, in the veins. So in the entire process of blood circulation system within the human being, in the perspective of human blood circulation, blood pumping system by means of cardiovascular system, what happens if certain clots are present in the blood vessels? So what happens? Pumping of blood will become difficult and blood pressure will be raised. At that condition, anticoagulating agents are required, which used to dissolve those clots whichever blocking that kind of stopping the circulation of the entire blood. So here warfarin is the example. Warfarin is the example that is made up of what? Coumarin nucleus only, coumarin skeleton only. And another is about acinocomerol. Acinocomerol is also having that anticoagulating property. Coagulation is nothing but clotting of blood. If you are adding this medicine, if you are administrating this medicine, what happens? Whatever clots of blood is present, those totally dissolved and the blood clots will be totally vanished. So here this is the most important in the heart related health. So cardiovascular diseases will be better curated by means of anticoagulating agent like warfarin, acinocomerol and fenprecoman are coumarin derivatives, and they are in specific used as blood thinners. They will avoid the clotting process, rather they will flow the blood very conveniently by decreasing the density of them, so that they are designated as blood thinners. Coagulation will be avoided. Prevent the clot formation. Treatment of thrombosis, heart diseases. Heart, every minute, every second there is a continuous heart pumping will be there. Oxygenated blood will be pumped to the entire human organs, and carbon dioxide containing blood will be collected and getting back to the heart, and ultimately to the exhalation you are removing that carbon dioxide from the body. This is the total system whichever we are running inside. So if that is the case carrying, so circulatory system is the blood only. Blood is pumping to the entire organs. So along with that blood, oxygenated air will be flowing to that one, and nutrients also maintained. Nutrients also supply to the entire organs of the human being. At that condition, if heart walls are blocked by means of clotting, what happens? That pumping will becomes difficult, and the oxygenated blood is not supplied to the entire parts of the human body. At that condition, that may cause the heart disease. Heart functioning will be totally deformed. So that completely prevented by means of the drugs like warfarin, acinocomerol and fenprecoman. So these kind of drugs are preventing such kind of clots in the blood. Thrombosis is also the kind of condition whenever blood completely clotted, what happened, that used to swell that particular part, and that swelling also causes the severe pain as well. So that is called a thrombosis. Thrombosis means for what? Clotting of blood, and that is depositing like a hard mass, and that induces severe pain over there. That is called thrombosis, clotting of the blood in the bulk. So that is also efficiently treated by means of the kind of Coumarin related drugs. Most efficient applications you can notice by Coumarin related drugs. Anti-cancer activity. I worked upon this anti-cancer activity only in specific anti-liver cancer activity. So here also Coumarin related drugs are most proven for the treatment of cancer. So various kind of cancers you already familiar about. Cancer is the acute dreary disease that will cause the death of so many people, because it is the dreary disease all across the world. Most of the people are suffering. It is the burning problem. Coumarin is the efficient solution. Coumarin is the efficient solution to cure this cancer effectively, right? Anti-HIV, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral activities also added advantage for this Coumarin related compound. It is like anti-inflammatory. Inflammations like wherever severe pain due to swelling is there, that is also efficiently managed by Coumarin. And moreover, pain removing agents are called analgesics, so that inflammations will be treated, and even pain conditions you can better curate by means of Coumarin related drugs. Prostaglandins are cause of severe pain. So prostaglandin synthesis will be totally inhibited if you are administrating Coumarin based drugs, enzyme inhibitors. Like carbonic anhydrase, monoamine oxidase, enzymes which secreted by the pathogens. Pathogens are nothing but which causing diseases like viral infections, fungal infections, protozoal infections, bacterial infections. That kind of bacterial pathogenic infections mainly caused by various kind of microorganisms only. They are better curated by the kind of Coumarin related drugs, because they are inhibiting the carbonic anhydrase secretion and monoamine oxidase secretion. Eventually their life is totally destroyed, and the pathogens growing will be totally inhibited. So microorganisms may not cause diseases. This is the way antimicrobial agent as well. In specific, Coumarin is a natural product. You can extract Coumarin from plant origin, like tonka beans are the casual source. It is the first kind of source. From this only first Coumarin chemistry started. From the tonka beans only Coumarin chemical compound extracted initially. Later on, sweet clover also having economic quantity of Coumarin. Citrus fruits also you can extract the Coumarin, and cinnamon, like it is the spice. And lavender, even lavender is having fragrance tendency, that also used to give this Coumarin in the larger quantity. Act as a plant defense compound, so that used to fight against the disease causing organs, so that it is the defensive systems against the insects and the microbes, as we already discussed the enzyme inhibitors toward the pathogenic organisms. That's the reason why it used to kill the insects, it used to kill the microbes as well. That is the reason why it is the antimicrobial agent. So many flavonoid compounds also synthesized starting with the Coumarin, so that it works like a precursor compound. So it will be the starting material for flavonoid synthesis. So new chemistry like flavonoids introduced starting with Coumarin only. In industries, Coumarin is the most fluorescent compound. It is having a glowing tendency. That's the reason why it worked in dyes and fluorescent agents. Especially they are used as laser dyes. Blue-green emitting laser dyes are manufactured by means of the fluorescent nature of the Coumarin. Fluorescent brighteners like textiles, paper and detergents, there also you can apply Coumarin, being it is a fluorescent agent, so that Coumarin used as a coloring matter. fragrance. So being it is the kind of essential oil that a fragrant material, that's the reason why coumarin is a very sweet vanilla like odor, you can notice most pleasant in nature. That's the reason why it used to give perfumes. So here in the perfumery industry you can use coumarin compounds, and even in the food tasty food taste enhancing agent, which is called a flavoring agent. It having the tendency of vanilla. That's the reason why coumarin having flavoring property as well. So like perfumes also you can apply, even food flavoring agent also you can use that. Biological and analytical use. Fluorescent probes are nothing but they are having that glowing tendency in the presence of light. When sun falls upon that, that will glow like kind of bright material. That's the reason why coumarin having biomarker tendency also. Coumarin is used in the fluorescent tagging, biomarking, like a strong blue fluorescent light emitted by that one, so that it used to give the kind of attention over that particular material. So biomarking tendency is also indicated for this compound. Photoactive materials, being they are very reactive towards the sunlight and UV light as well. That's the reason why photodynamic therapy is the most important application for this coumarin material. So by this we successfully completed the application part. And in the examination purview, CSIR NET examination points also provided. Warfarin is the anticoagulating agent, and that is derived from the coumarin only. It is the most successfully established marketed drug pertaining with the coumarin nucleus. And Pechmann condensation is a classical lab method for the synthesis. Most of the coumarin compounds are started with the Pechmann condensation only. It is the most essential or else famous laboratory method for the coumarin synthesis. Applications spread across the medicinal usage, like anticoagulating agent will be, anti-cancer agent will be, industrial like coloring agent like dyes. Perfume, it works like a perfume as well, and fluorescent materials also developed by means of this coumarin compound. So these are called tonka beans, from which is starting material like coumarin first established from these tonka beans only. So this is the entire history of the synthesis of coumarin. In the next session we will go with Presta Venkata Kavita Sri Krishna ring fusion reaction. By this we completed the session related with the coumarin synthesis. Hopefully it is most informative. Moreover, it took longer time for the completion, being coumarin synthesis is accomplished by most of the scientists all across the world, pertaining with the research perspective. So that much more interesting topic we already gone through. So hopefully you enjoyed the session, and if you subscribe and watch the channel regularly and share with your friends and give the inputs and your experience with this one in the comment box, so that we will go with the new and fresh content related with the organic chemistry and so many interesting points regarding the chemistry. Thank you very much for your patient listening.